We've got multiple opportunities for the drivers to overtake, especially in that first and second sector. That third sector with the massive squiggles always puts a smile on my face watching the cars go through there. And of course the stadium section as well. Let's have a quick look at the standings in a second here. So Crichton still leading the board at the moment with 159 points. Big Al in second, of course ACW in third as well. Mercedes currently leading by 232 points, with Ferrari close behind with 191. We head down to the track here for qualifying. Guys, super excited for this one. Starting in about 15 seconds here. Hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay as well. I'll just do a sound check real quick. Everybody can hear me okay in the chat. Just gonna double check that. Be great to get some feedback. So we're gonna get started here with qualifying. My voice is a little bit raspy at the moment. I was down at the MotoGP on the entire weekend, so don't mind me if I go a little bit quiet during the qualifying. I'm going to try and save it for the race if I can. So things to think about Mexico. You can run this circuit with super high downforce. There is not a problem in running high downforce here because you're such high altitude. You don't really have to worry about drag up here as well due to the nature of the circuit. The stadium section, whilst being some of the slowest on the circuit, some of the slowest sections on the circuit, it also provides some of the best overtaking opportunities, especially coming out of the S's. The front straight is a really, really long one, and it's very, very easy to get into a DRS slipstream train down here, and a lot of drivers will be looking for that slipstream in qualifying as well. It looks like we are going to have a dry qualifying today, which is good. Let's quickly get everything up for you guys that you guys like. So you guys like that and that. Cool. We have a lot of drivers on the grid tonight. We have T-Max, Seb, Icon Trust joining us tonight, Ferrari Pro, Midis, Plevs, Blicky, Rice, Yusuf Goat, Grid Jokes, Zach, Apollo, Pepsi, Verk, ACW, Benjamin, Crichton, Spicy, Al, and of course, Bags. Crichton will be looking to defend his current title lead at the moment of, I think it was 292 points, which is a significant margin over that of Big L, who's trailing behind about 50 points now, so there's quite a significant margin between the two. I think that's Plevs coming out the pits first, so we'll see if it is. I think it is. No, it's not. Okay, so it's Zach coming out the pits first. We'll just watch them come out the pits, I guess. So yeah. Super important to get qualifying right around here, but not as important as somewhere like Monaco or Singapore. But still very, very important to get a good qualifying position. You want to be somewhere near the front to avoid that chaos that happens in the middle of the pack around here, as so often we see down into turn 1 and turn 2. In real life as well, of course, in that stadium sector will provide us with some of the best looking shots of the qualifying session. Let's jump on board here with Zach as we head through that famous S section. I don't think this is accurate to real life, but it's good enough. So it provides, you know, quite a bit of heat to the tyres through there. The tyres love to overheat through that sector, so the drivers are going to definitely going to have to be very, very careful as they pass through there. Again, apologies for my raspy voice. I am right on the limit of losing it, so I'll try and keep, you know, as nice and consistent as I can. Anyway, first lap here with Zach, JW22. We start by opening up the corner and we get DRS underway now. It's been moved back ever so slightly. So down towards turn 1, it's a long straight before you reach turn 1. You want to be braking about 100 meters here. 100 meters, touch that inside curb, go across to the left and then into the right. Zach having a bit of a moment as he exits the curb. That's okay as he exits the corner. DRS back open again for the entrance of the second sector. First sector's a 28.8 at the moment. That's what the drivers are chasing. Zach will be the first driver to cross the line to start to set the lap. So he'll be setting the bank up. Dante, I'll get a Discord link for you shortly, mate. Let's do the S as we go as sector 2. Now into sector 3. Shortly here as he comes out. It's a 56.4, so decently quick. Yeah, sure, Dante. I'll work on that as quick as I possibly can, probably during the break between qualifying and the race, just so we can get you a link. Actually, I might be able to do it now. Hold on 2 secs. So, across the line comes Zach. What's he going to set? It's a 1:15.207. That's the time that the drivers are looking to beat now. Eye Contrast is already up on that at the moment and looking to climb. As we continue towards the line for him, sets a 1:14.6, so immediately the time is smacked out of the gate. T-Mac on his lap as well. I'm almost there with your link, my friend. Let's go with that. That should work here. If I do this. There you go. That should work. Sorry for the wait there. So yeah, anyway, as we get back underway, we have yellow flags in Sector 1. I think that was a Haas just looking around there. But Big Mac, unfortunately, invalidating his lap. Blicky sets a 1:14.776. So not the pace we're expecting to see from him tonight. Eye Contrast still provisional pole at the moment for him. Ferrari Pro will definitely be one to watch out for as he heads towards the line. Spicy Salami at 1:13.774. We're expecting low 1:13s as we're in the 1:13.583 now from Ferrari Pro. So the times are coming down slowly. They're slowly coming down. And Spicy Salami as well, 1:13.774. It's a good time from him. Let's have a look at Plevs, who's on a lap as well on soft tyres, nonetheless. He'll be looking to improve if he can. Thank you to everybody for showing up tonight. Really means a lot. We're going to Race Spec Tier 1, of course, as we head through the S's now. 4 Plevs, a yellow flag as well in that Sector 1. Probably someone just getting out the way yet again. The AlphaTauri coming in through. Sorry, apologies, the V-Carb is a 55. That's pretty damn quick for Plevs. Sector 2 yellow flags. I think we might have a spinner in the background there. Crichton at 1:13.445, so the championship battle continues between Crichton and Al. As Plevs sets a 1:14.263, so that's good enough for 5th place. Is Al out and out lap? He is. The McLaren of Verk as well. Sector 3 stadium section now. Let's jump on board as he heads through the final sector. I have also received information from the drivers that this is a very high demand ERS circuit. As Verk sets a good lap time, good enough for 6th there. That's good. He'll be happy with that. Apollo Pepsi also on a lap at the moment. Into Sector 2 he goes. The S section to greet him shortly. As we head through. Benjamin as well, 1:14.450. So the 2 McLaren 6th and 7th respectively. Well done there. Good qualifying so far for the McLaren. As Rice moves up to 5th. That's a good lap time for him, unless that was T-Mac with a 1:13.953. Apologies there. Apollo Pepsi, the other Alpine. To approach the line here, we now have 19 drivers out in the field, so almost a full field. Polo Pepsi just invalidating his lap time right at the end there. ACW coming across the line. What's he going to set? That's a low 1:13. It is indeed a low 1:13. It's a 1:13.506. He'll be very happy with that. Let's jump on with Al, who's now in his final sector as well. The first laps of qualifying, the first round of laps of qualifying, I should say, 1:13.9696, so he won't be happy with that. Al will want to go again and probably try and move through up towards P1. So still a significant gap. There's about a 2/10 gap between Crichton and Al, the 2 championship contenders. Definitely people to watch around here tonight, without doubt. As, let's see who else is on an out lap. Grid Jokes to the line. He goes 8th. That's good enough with a 1:14.237. Midas also on his out lap at the moment. Yusuf sets a 1:16.439. The Hash driver. It's getting in the way a little bit here of the Alpine as well. Alpine will not be happy with that. I think that might be T-Mac just getting ready to go to the pits. As I think Yusuf might be setting up a lap here. He is. So let's stay on board here with Yusuf. As he heads down the front straight, DRS wide open as we head towards turn 1. He's going to get a nice little toe there from that. I think it's a V-carb. Nice little block of air as he heads into turn 1. Touch that inside curb. Slides it in beautifully there. That was good from Yusuf the Haas. Looking pretty damn hooked up through here. Power back on with DRS wide open as we head towards turn number 4, 5, 6 and 7. The first of the slow corners now. The hairpin. It's a double apex hairpin as well. You want to kind of open it up for the double right-hander. Very tight there for Yusuf. That's an interesting strategy from the Haas. As he heads into the S's now. Slams down the gear into gear 5. Heading through, touching the inside curbs all the way through now. Wide and DRS wide open now as we head towards sector 3. It's good enough for a 55.7. That's 2 seconds up at the moment. This is looking like a pretty damn decent time. It'll be good enough for the 14s at the moment. You'll probably want a little bit more time out there. Sector 3 now, stadium section. Final penultimate corners coming up as he slides the rear all the way through. This has been a pretty damn good lap from Yusuf. Where's it going to put him on the grid? 12th. Not bad, but he'll be looking for more as the session continues. Apollo Pepsi to start his lap as well now. Let's jump on board with him and follow him down the straight as we head towards turn 1. How is he going to look through here? Let's jump on with telemetry. Nowhere near as slidey for the Alpine. A hell of a lot more curb though, which will be benefiting him. But unfortunately invalidating yet again. So Polo Pepsi yet to set a decent lap around here tonight. Spicy Salami currently at 10th, about 2 tenths up at the moment. That'll be good enough for P3 if he continues with the pace he has at the moment. Don't want to run it out too wide as we head through there. S's section to greet him now. He'll be looking for about a 54. Finds a 55.2. It's currently 2 cents up. Nice and quick through this third sector, the stadium section now. As he heads through the penultimate corners to greet the line. What's it going to be for him? There's a McLaren around in the S section as well. Spicy Salami to the line is good enough to move up 1 position with a 10th gained. He lost a lot of time in that third sector, so there's still heaps of time out there. Reese to the line and does a 113.656. So pushing Spicy Salami immediately down into 5th position. Grid Jokes on his outlap. Plebs on his lap has been invalidated, unfortunately. Midas 2 seconds down. Icon Trust 1.5 seconds down. Benjamin on his lap now as well. 6 minutes and a bit left in qualifying. A long way to go still. Heaps of lap time still yet to be set here tonight by Polo Pepsi as well. Seb hasn't set a lap time as well. And as critical as I may seem qualifying around here, it's not as critical as your other tracks, but it's still very important to get a good lap time. You don't want to be in the middle of the pack where the chaos happens. That slipstream down to turn 1 at the start of the Grand Prix is so powerful in this year's game. And we would expect nothing less sideways through the yeses. Comes Benjamin Cam. That's looking absolutely spectacular, but I don't think it's fast. Let's see what the split time is for him. He's looking for a 55, and he's found it 5 tenths up at the moment. That'll be good enough for P7 if he continues with this pace. This pace being very consistent as it looks. To the penultimate corner, all the way to the line now. Tuck it to the right-hand side as we head towards the line. That's good enough for 7. That's a decent lap as well from Benjamin. He'll be happy with that. The McLaren moving up into 6th from, I believe it was 14th. Verk now on his lap as well. The McLarens have towed each other along the back straight and down the front straight as well. What's going to be for him? Moves up to 9th. So T-Mac currently in a McLaren sandwich. Al's on a lap now as well. I don't know if he's going to continue on it though. Does look like he's charging his battery, so I don't think he's on a lap. I think he may have been just stopped a little bit down the front straight, and he's probably decided to back out of it. Grid Jokes on his lap as well. Towards the stadium section we go. Let's jump on board as we head in. Left-hander into the right-hander soon. Touch that outside curb. Swing it to the right. run it out wide, then hug the right-hand side as you head towards the line. This will be a decent lap as well from Good Jokes. It's a 13.767. We're expecting a low 113.2 from Crichton tonight. That is the expectation that I've been told. So we'll see if that happens. A lot of the drivers now in the pits. Al has invalidated his lap, I believe on purpose, as he's getting prepared to start his real one. Bucks out of it. He's going to go in for a brand new set of soft tyres, I believe. So on to the pits. It's been interesting. This will be very, very interesting. We've got about 3 minutes left of qualifying, and all the drivers are now coming out, as you'd expect to see. Plevs has no fuel on board that car. Is that going to maybe stuff him up for qualifying? We'll have to wait and see. Have we got any predictions, guys? What are we thinking? Again, apologies about my voice. Very, very coarse at the moment. Also, UK 23K, thank you for the follow, mate. Much appreciated. Welcome to what we like to call Tier 1 Race Spec Esports. We also have T2 that'll stream on Sundays, and OFI as well, which will stream on, I believe that's Thursday, in about 2 weeks' time. Very, very excited to see these final laps of qualifying. It'll be interesting to see where the drivers sit now as they start warming up their tyres. So, the quiet before the storm of drivers that'll attack this track in anger for the final time. The final laps of qualifying will start as Eye Contrast will lead us off the line to begin the final laps, the final opportunities for the drivers to prove themselves. Here we go. Let's jump on board with Eye Contrast as we head down towards the first corner. DRS wide open as well. 8th gear all the way down. I believe that's probably Apollo Pepsi. We're getting a nice little tow. Turn 1 into turn 2 and 3. Don't want to invalidate. Don't want to head out wide. DRS wide open now as we head towards turn 4, 5, 6 and 7. The double apex. Right-hander to greet him shortly. Eye Contrast looking to be on the pace at the moment. This is a decent lap so far. A little bit of understeer through that double right, but that's okay. He continues on his way in towards the S's now. 32% battery left in his charge. Third sector to greet him shortly. He's currently 3/10 up. That'll be good enough for 10th at the moment. From 13th. Eye Contrast to the line for the final time. What is it going to be? It's good enough for 12th. That's going to be all he can do tonight. Reese on a lap as well. T-Mac was just finishing up his rush down the straight, as I think it was Apollo Pepsi that was getting that nice little tow. How's it going to be for Apollo? A 128. I wonder if he's just preparing now to set the lap. Let's jump on board. See, yeah, he is. So he's setting another lap. He's going to push with that new set of tyres. Apollo Pepsi is not in the position that we'd expect him to be in for tonight's Grand Prix. He'll be taking it super easy along the curves. This is now make or break for Apollo Pepsi. Be interesting to see how he takes out this sector 1, what his split time is. It's really decent as well. It's 3 seconds up at the moment. That's impossible to judge. Crichton is on a lap as well here. Looking mighty clean through the S section. Let's have a look at that delta. He'll be looking for a 55.1. And it's a 54. That is very, very quick. 1.5 tenths up at the moment. Somehow doesn't invalidate as he heads into the stadium section. Hooks up that left-hander now to the right-hander. as we head across the line. That's the end of qualifying. What's it going to be for Crichton? He moves up. It's a 113.349. ACW will be chasing that as well as Ferrari Pro. ACW, Ferrari Pro with you 13.422. That's put him in provisional second place. ACW will be the next one to cross the line here. Spicy Salami out of absolutely nowhere. A 113.360 puts him up into second place. Al out of nowhere. A 113.331. He's beaten Crichton to that provisional pole position. So it's a phenomenal lap from Al to put him in P1 at the moment. Crichton moves up into P2. How's this going to do? ACW instead of 113.228. We have a race on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. We have a race on our hands. Look at this. All the championship contenders in those top three positions. And ACW from absolutely nowhere has set an absolutely banging time. Just want to appreciate there for Apollo Pepsi as well. He has pushed to the limit tonight as well. He's pushed himself up to P7. He had a shocking round of qualifying laps. He hadn't had a time on the board. And when it's mattered, he's put himself up in a P7 where it matters with his teammate. I think Reese will be coming into the pits here shortly as well. So that is your qualifying set and done. ACW takes pole position around this Mexican Grand Prix circuit. But we'll look at Al and Crichton. They'll have a massive tow down the back straight, down the front straight at the start of this Grand Prix. This will be so interesting. So Reese into the pits now. Get a quick little look at the standings. I'm going to have a look. This currently puts ACW, if he wins this Grand Prix, he'll be in second place. If Al wins this Grand Prix, he'll be contesting for first place. But there you go. That is your qualifying set and done at this point in time. So, ACW setting the pace around a 10th and a bit faster. Look how close that qualifying group is. That is absolutely wild. Less than 2/10 covering the top 5. Cannot wait to get into this one, guys. This should be an absolutely phenomenal race. Let's get excited. So we're here at the Mexican Grand Prix. We've just seen qualifying. We've just seen what the drivers can do around here. ACW will line up on pole position. As I was saying, the long front straight to the first corner is going to be absolutely critical to get bang on right around here. I mean, that is the most prime overtaking opportunity for these drivers tonight. DRS will also be something that these drivers will have to be considering. A lot of overtaking opportunities in that first and second sector. Sector 3, not so much. However, that DRS will be pretty damn important. Again, let's have a quick look at the standings. So Mercedes do lead Ferrari with Williams trailing behind. And of course, Crichton will lead with Big Al with ACW behind him and Ferrari Pro as well. I've just noticed we have the top 4. This is going to be a phenomenal Grand Prix. Do not go anywhere, guys. I'm really looking forward to this. This should be really good. We should have a really strong, well, we've had a really strong qualifying set tonight. So we'll wait for those lights to prepare to go off here at the Mexican Grand Prix. A lot of these drivers will be running maximum downforce as well as expected. As I was told as well, this track is super ERS heavy, so expect to see some battery saving down into some corners from the long straights. This will be pretty damn interesting as we get underway shortly here. Just waiting for the drivers to set their final strategies, of course. It's how the F1 game works. Unfortunately, I don't understand why they do this. But, yep, I can't exactly control anything until we actually have the 5 red lights out, which is a bit infuriating as we get ready to get underway. There's 5 red lights ahead of the drivers, and away we go. We're racing here at the Mexican Grand Prix. ACW gets off to a pretty good start, but L gets off to a better one. Crichton will be here to make it 3 wide, surely, if he dare. He's going to try and overtake ACW. He might be trying to overtake Al into the first corner. Let's see. It's almost 4 wide as we head down into turn 1. Crichton takes the lead of this Grand Prix with Chaos behind, as expected. Spicy Salami moves up into second position with Al, and, well, they're fighting all the way down in towards turn 4. It's been a very clean start for the grid at the moment with nothing really important happening. It looked as if Spicy Salami was going to try and go up the inside. Now it turns into the outside as we head into the double apex right-hander. The first of the stadium sections for Spicy Salami, Al, and Crichton will lead us away. This has been a fantastic start from the grid at the moment, and it just looks to improve. Biggest losers out of this one. Reese has dropped about 4 places here. Icon Trust has moved up a few as well. It's been a good start, but the 2 Red Bulls have had an absolute shocker as Crichton are now side by side, the 2 championship contenders. This is where it's all going to come down to it. The final 3 races of the season to go, and we have their championship contenders fighting it out on lap 1. This is absolutely phenomenal as we head on to lap 2 of 36 already. There's a long way to go in this Grand Prix, and already we're seeing action. Crichton setting the early pace of 120.445, but we get underway down this front straight, super long, and with the opportunity here of a draft. Nothing at the moment from Al. He's right in the back of Crichton as Crichton looked to have stuffed up that corner ever so slightly. Spicy Salami will be there as well as Crichton goes sideways out the exit of the corner. Corner 3 will be absolutely critical to get right, especially with that DRS opportunity down towards turn 4. Sector 2 to greet the drivers here shortly. What is it going to be doing and how's it going to look for them? Phenomenal pace from this front field at the moment. Spicy Salami will just be on the back of this and waiting for an opportunity to strike if he can. There's your possible race strategies. A lot of hard tyre runners running out there, but a medium one stop, medium to hard or hard to medium. It really depends as Al's potentially going to go for a move here. Was that Spicy Salami diving up the inside? It is. Spicy Salami makes a move and ACW is potentially looking to go around the outside as we head into the stadium section. Nothing being said as of it yet. Grid Jokes has made a majority of positions up at the moment, and Crichton's going to try and bolt out of this last corner if he can. Spicy Salami, the fastest driver out on the track at the moment, with DRS opportunity down towards turn 1. Huge opportunities here on lap 3 of 36. Would expect to see a DRS train around here. That's pretty bog standard for Mexico. So Spicy Salami still holding that second position as Al looks to regain it from the defense that he tried to put up on Spicy. Al is going to go up the inside there of Spicy and make the corner, so well done. Moves up into second place and will now start fighting to catch Crichton as quick as he can. The more these drivers fight, the more this allows Crichton to start pulling a gap, and that's exactly what they don't want to do. They do not want to let Crichton, the championship leader, run away with this Grand Prix. Remember as well, ACW is in the hunt for that championship. All the championship contenders are in this top 4 at the moment. This is where it comes alive. We wouldn't expect to see a safety car around here. It's pretty hard to come off. It's pretty hard to go into the wall unless you stuff up that S section, as Al's now the man to watch. As we head down the front straight, ACW now as well, gaining ever so slightly here on Spicy. Maybe potentially looking for a move. It's Bags and Plebs go side by side. Bags is sideways. What a save there from Bags as we jumped on board there. Lucky to not end up in the wall, but losing major positions as Crichton gets overtaken by Al. Plebs drops out of the session. Maybe some technical difficulties on his end. He'll probably drop down the field. Slowly but surely here, Crichton will be trying to stick on the rear end of that Williams as long as he can. It'll be difficult for him, but he might be able to do it. We'll have to wait and see as this Grand Prix continues. Lap 4 of 36. Still a very, very, very long way to go in this 50% Grand Prix. T-Mac gets the first of our penalties, the 3-second time penalty, multiple track limits warnings. Al yet again setting the pace, showing Crichton what he's made of, but Crichton I think is going to have something to say about it. With DRS down towards turn 1, and this is exactly what we'd expect to see here at Mexico. Crichton locks up, Al tries to defend. Al's right in the back there. You can just see how quick these guys are through those first corners. I think Spicy Salami might be looking for a move here up the inside of Al as he does. That'll then turn into the outside. Will he hold it around the outside? Al's going to squeeze him all the way to the line here as we do the double apex right-hander. And defending his position beautifully there was Al. Phenomenal defense from the man in the Williams. Remember, Al did not score big points last week with a strategy stuff up, and a safety car from hell for him was not something he would have needed in this championship fight. So he'll be looking for maximum points damage limitation here tonight, which means he'll be looking for the win. Spicy Salami yet again with an opportunity here. I think Al may have just slightly dropped off the pace. T-Mac moving up 2 positions there, overtaking both Grid Jokes and Ferrari Pro. Grid Jokes now trying to get around the outside, and that turns him to the inside. What a move there for Grid Jokes. It's moving up the field. Those Red Bulls slowly go. Ferrari Pro's going to try and hold it up the inside. That then turns to the outside. Apollo Pepsi's also there. The Alpine looking a bit feisty. Side by side for those two. That was absolutely phenomenal to watch through there. That was really, really respectful racing as we head through the S's again. Al with DRS, and the first of the big opportunities here did run away with it, but Crichton is defending with all his power at the moment. Grid Jokes, 3-second time penalty, multiple track limit warnings. Not optimal for his Grand Prix. He'll now be looking for damage limitation. DRS and a significantly more closer than he was last time. Al overtakes Crichton for the lead of this Grand Prix. Spicy was potentially looking for something there as Ferrari Pro gets past the likes of Grid Jokes there. Crichton with DRS is definitely someone to look out for, but Al will have DRS down towards Sector 2 and Turn 4, so he'll now be looking to bolt away from this main pack if he can. I get a feeling, though, Crichton is going to have something to say about that. S's section to greet the drivers now. Be careful not to lose the front end or the rear end, either or. Stadium section. Now let's have a quick look at the biggest winners and the biggest losers at the moment. So the biggest winners at the moment, definitely Seb, up 6 positions from, I believe it was P19. So that's a very good start from him. Biggest loser at the moment, Plevs with a disconnect. Unfortunate, but it does happen. I contrast up 4 positions as well. That's been a good start from him. ACW dropped down 3 positions at the start of this Grand Prix. He'll be looking to improve with that. Quick look at the tyres as well. We've got a lot of hard tyre runners out there, a few medium tyre runners. So it'll be interesting to see how that strategy pans out for them. 2 3-second time penalties, so definitely something to look out for come the end of this Grand Prix. The interval at the moment from the leader, 3/10 all the way down, is only 10 seconds. So there is quite little time between the front and the rear of the pack. Plebs, I can probably invite you real quick. Hold on. Sorry, guys, 2 secs. I do not have plebs, apparently, unless that's you. Spicy Salami as well. In with an opportunity. He'll have DRS down this front straight for lap 9. There we go. Plebs rejoin, so he'll be looking to retake control of his Grand Prix. Down in 19th place, unfortunately, with a disconnect. As Crichton and Al swapping out positions again. And Spicy Salami may be looking to disrupt the usual workings here. Is look at this, Spicy Salami's trying to go sideways with Al, and he's still done so. He's done so very well. ACW's on the back of this as well, and now overtakes Al. Al has gone from P1 down to P4 in the span of 3 singular corners. He's now moved back up to P3, but this has not been what Al would have expected to have seen. Al and Crichton were just pulling each other along, trying to break away from the main pack, and all of a sudden Spicy Salami has put a stop to proceedings with that. He's had something to say as Spicy Salami. He is in it to win it tonight, without doubt. Is there a potential move here for Spicy? No, there isn't. He's got quite a bit of battery here as well that he'll be able to deploy down the front straight. Stadium section now for ACW and a lot of the other drivers as they come through. They pile through, in fact, the T-Mac as Plebs retires from the session. I believe that's on the track as well. We could be looking at a safety car here, maybe, but I think he'll get out the way safely. Wonder if there was just a problem for that V-carb. Spicy Salami thinking about the move and backing out of it, deciding it's not the smart one. Big L on the back of all of this, though. He's got DRS with an opportunity here, and the opportunity arises without doubt as he moves into second place and drops Spicy Salami back down to third. Maybe thinks about a move there on Crichton, but backs out of it. Spicy Salami still trying to stay with Al. And all the time that this is happening, ACW is rubbing his hands together and just thinking about that opportunity with the tyre wear. Beautiful racing, beautiful consistency as well in this league tonight, and heaps of respect out in that circuit. Great to see. Lap 10 of 36, a long way to go still. Al, maybe thought about the move, but he defended off Spicy. I think these two are just going to be working together down the front straight now to slowly move away from this main pack, this main DRS train if they can. Reese and Grid Jokes going side by side through the stadium sector as well. Here we go, Al with the overspeed down towards turn 1. Overtakes pretty cleanly. And again, I get a feeling these guys are just dragging each other along. They're not fighting too hard, so not to be worried about their pace as of yet. But on lap 11 of 36, you'd start to think, when are these tyres truly going to fall off? That is most definitely the question here tonight. Midas getting a time penalty added to his name. Too many track limits warnings. As Al has pulled a pretty significant gap here. 6/10 the gap now, 7. Spicy Salami with an opportunity. Decides against it. He's closer than ever to Crichton, and he's got the best opportunity here to get the double overspeed, the double slipstream down the front straight. As here we go, lap 12 of 36. Nearing halfway point shortly here. We'll slowly start to see those hard tyres go off. I'd expect to see the medium runners come into the pits here shortly as well. Heaps of battling going out on track at the moment. Just a bit of a slipstream train as it sits. But there should be some action shortly here as we'll see a few of the medium runners come into the pits. I reckon around lap 14 or 36. And now, Crichton ever closer to Al with another good opportunity. DRS wide open. These guys are just dragging each other along slowly here. You'd expect this from Tier 1. These guys are pretty damn quick and they don't really drop off each other. As Seb moves up another position. Fantastic race from him so far. Crichton overtaking Al as a Spicy Salami with the double overtake potential here. The overspeed goes for the inside on Al. They make contact. Al defends the outside. That turns to the inside and then switches back on itself. So Al, the only one without DRS here in the train. And again, just holding his position, swapping slowly but surely here, as we'd expect to see with Crichton. And I think that these guys will just swap and continue swapping places all the way through this Grand Prix. They'll probably box with each other as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see that at all. Let's do the S's section. You see, starting to see a few of the drivers drop off the pack a little bit, as unfortunately Apollo Pepsi, fourth driver out there to get a penalty, and the second of the Alpine drivers. So both Alpines suffering penalties at the moment, and as I say that, Yusuf gets another time penalty added to his name. So again, Spicy with a good opportunity here with DRS and ERS and a double slipstream down the front straight. Let's see if anything happens here. Nothing as of yet as Yusuf retires from the session. I think that's in the pits as well. Good Jokes comes in for the first of the pit stops. So medium tyre to hard tyre for the Haas. Back of the field at the moment. Let's see where that puts him as soon as he comes out with the rest of the pack. Bolo Pepsi and T-Mac having a pretty good race at the moment. The two Alpines, pretty good positioning. But those penalties are definitely not going to help them. That is for sure. Spicy, yet again, right in the back of Al. And we go for episode 14 of 36 here. Seb gets a penalty as well. So I think a lot of these drivers are going to incur a lot of penalties as this race goes on. I think Grid Jokes may have had a problem at the back of the field. What is going on here? Is that Grid Jokes? No, it's Yusuf. Just retiring there. Spicy Salami yet again. ERS and DRS active with a hot lap. Is he going to look for a double overtake down into turn one? I think he is. Spicy Salami makes it known to Crichton that he means business. Al defends the outside, tries to stay with Spicy. The two with DRS, and I get a feeling that Al's just playing the big defense game now. Spicy Salami isn't really in this championship fight, but he's looking for a win here without doubt. Definitely an aggressive drive from him today, and something you'd love to see around this circuit of Mexico. Such a vibrant and unique circuit. Spicy Salami looks to overtake Al and dispose of him shortly here. Al's going to defend the outside. They touch. Heading into Sector 3, the stadium section now. The stadium, they all rise in their seats, looking at this battle, trying to find out what's going on. That's absolutely sideways for Al, and that's going to slow up Spicy Salami even more. But it should stop the pressure that Al is getting from Spicy, with ACW close in behind. He's just waiting for a moment to strike here without doubt. Spicy again trying the move and backing out of it, knowing that's not a smart one to make now. Lap 16 of 36. We're well and truly past the halfway point now. And these hard tyres are still running strong. Eye contrast, the first to blink out of the hard tyre runners, I believe. No, that's the soft, medium tyre runner, apologies. So we'll see where he comes out at the end of this Grand Prix. So clearly this track isn't that hard on the tyres. ACW also with an opportunity here. He's got a lot more pace, and you can just see how much more he saved his tyres throughout this Grand Prix. He had so much more pace through the corners. The S's section there is Sector 2, Sector 3. Stadium section now, this top four have been stuck together like sardines this entire Grand Prix. Benjamin gets another penalty added to his name. Not a race to remember for him. The McLaren team not looking great at the moment. Al overtakes Crichton, and now Spicy goes for the double. Is it going to happen here? We had a worst camera angle I've ever seen. He looks for the double overtake. Can he make it happen? He goes around the outside. That turns to the inside for Sector 2. And I believe Spicy Salami's just conceded position. With DRS though, he might have an opportunity to go up the inside here of turn 4. Massive old lockup. He's going to defend. There's a massive pile of cars. Look at this as we head into Sector 2. This is almost like race start. I can't believe they're going 2 by 2. It's almost Noah's Ark as we head into the S's. Incredible racing at the moment from these guys. Heaps of respect out in this circuit. Bit of desync there for T-Mac by the looks of it. And I think Spicy has just started to pull the gap here, and he's slowly pulling away from the pack. He's been trying to prove a point this entire season, and he's well and truly done it. What a lap from Spicy Salami to finally move him up into that first position. That entire lap he was battling through the first and second sector, and he's now moved himself up into second and third, sorry, from third to first. That double overtake down the front straight has done him absolute wonders. Lap 18 to 36. And now I think Crichton will have something to say about that overtake as Spicy Salami gets overtaken by both of them. He's going to try and defend it though. Spicy and Crichton takes the lead of this Grand Prix, and Al gets shoved back behind. So the lead that Spicy had has been relegated as ACW now joins this fight, as well as T-Mac and the other Ferrari of Ferrari Pro. This battle is well and truly coming alive. Everybody in this top 10 is pretty much in this battle. I can't believe I'm saying that. Phenomenal racing here at Mexico, and I genuinely couldn't tell you who's going to win this Grand Prix. Man, McLaren are just having a race to forget here tonight. Pretty soon, that'll be a disqualification if Benjamin continues the way he's going. T-Mac very wide there through the entrance to the stadium. Continuing on the way, lap 19 of 36. This is intense racing. This is Race Spec. This is what we've come to expect as Blicky goes into the pits, as well as Apollo Pepsi. Apologies, they're not Blicky. Reese and Apollo Pepsi both come into the pits. There, I think the rest of the medium runners. So now it's on to the hard runners as to when they want to box. I get a feeling they'll box here within the next 5 laps. I mean, they have to. I wonder if they're going to go to soft tyres. Tyres around here seem to be lasting for absolutely ever. Crichton is well and truly not pulled away from this pack as he would have liked to. And this has really put a spanner in the works for him, as he's still receiving pressure here from Al, Spicy and ACW, all of them in that title fight. Spicy not so much, but looking to prove a point here tonight. T-Mac with that penalty pretty much puts him out of contention. Ferrari Pro will move up positions if this is how the Grand Prix ends. But with 16 laps to go, we have no way of knowing who's going to win this Grand Prix. Here we go. So, T-Mac, ACW, both biting the bullet. Into the pits they come. This is the moment that matters for them. ACW into the pits. What's he going to put on? He's going to put on a set of mediums with 16 laps to go in this Grand Prix. I think that's a smart choice. Al had an opportunity there. I think T-Mac has moved down a few positions as well. Blicky pitting at the same time, so ACW with the undercut. Is this going to work out for him? The question on the Ferrari strategist's minds. He's probably gambling on the fact that Crichton and Al will fight on this lap, but it doesn't look like they've done that at all. Crichton looks to have pulled the gap at this point. So you're currently looking at provisional P3 by the standings. And now the question is, of course, when do Crichton, Al and Spicy all decide to pit? They're going to be relying on their pit team, pit crew to get them in done well. So here we go. Here comes Crichton, here comes Al, here comes Spicy, here comes Ferrari. Let's see. They're all backing each other up as they head into the pits now. Lock-ups are plenty. How's this going to go? Crichton into the pits for the medium set of tyres. Ferrari Pro for the medium set of tyres. Spicy Salami for the medium set of tyres, as we've come to expect around here. Bags takes the provisional lead of this Grand Prix. Where is ACW? He comes out of the pits, and this has well and truly worked in his favour. What a strategy from the Ferrari crew. ACW takes the lead of this Grand Prix by a significant margin. The undercut has worked out absolutely beautifully tonight for the Ferrari team. ACW currently in provisional pole and provisional first position at the moment for the end of this Grand Prix. This will be a phenomenal strategy from the Ferrari pit crew if this has worked out in his favour. Crichton is not too far back. He's only 10th. So 5 places back in about 2 seconds of a gap. As Grid Jokes and Midas swapping positions through the S's. Risky, but if you can do it, you can do it. As we continue on our way, the blue flag driver's just getting out of the way. I think Midas might have had a moment, actually. Unless he was just getting out of the way of the top drivers there. I think he was. He knows that's not his fight. So Reese, another one to look out for at the moment with that DRS and significant pace around this Mexican Grand Prix circuit. Question now, with 14 laps left to go in this Grand Prix, who is going to come out on top? Apollo Pepsi and just Benjamin just swapping positions around there in the background. You can just see that. We'll jump on board with that. Should be interesting as Apollo Pepsi slams the door shut on Benjamin there. So Crichton has T-Mac in front of him. Probably someone he doesn't want to see in front of him. I'd be lying if I said otherwise. So this top 3, they have to pit if they want to not be disqualified from this Grand Prix. So Crichton with the pace at the moment. I think Grid Jokes actually did come into the pits before, so he may have played this absolutely perfectly, but with 3 seconds of time penalties, there's not really much he can do. Rice and Crichton having a little bit of a battle here with T-Mac. The reserve driver well and truly performing above what was expected of him. ACW moves up and now starts hunting down Zach. Someone that's not exactly in his fight, but definitely someone he probably wants to clear as quick as possible, especially with Grid Jokes right behind him. Reese could be in here, could be in with an opportunity here. I've got to double check. 4-lap-old mediums. As long as he plays this smart, he definitely could be in for a surprise win here tonight. ACW is our current leader provisionally, and of course will be the favourite for tonight, without doubt. So into the pits comes Zach, so he's going to get out of the way of all these drivers and go back to the back of the field. A day to forget for Red Bull yet again. So here we go. Grid Jokes getting past ACW, making a statement here. Reese also with an opportunity as well. Reese or Rice, I don't know, one of the two. ACW has something to say, and he's going to make it very well known. Is Reese going to go for a double move here? I think he might. He thought about it, that's for sure. But he decided against it. Contact for the Ferrari and the Haas. So Reese with an opportunity here, and he's being pushed out wide. He's got the inside line for the S's. Who's going to give out first? They're going to go side by side through the S's. I can't believe I'm saying that. You never see that. And ACW finally concedes position. He will have DRS for this straight though, so he'll have another opportunity. But so will Reese. Into the stadium section we go. This racing has again been really, really good. I mean, something you'd love to see. DRS wide open for all the drivers now, apart from Grid Jokes pretty much, as Crichton looks to make a statement down this front straight. And Crichton does take the lead of this Grand Prix with a triple overtake. Fantastic move to move him up into first from fourth. And ACW also looking to overtake into turn 4 and does so. With fresher tyres and faster tyres, these guys will be looking to dispose of Grid Jokes as quickly as possible. Reese as well in the background having a good old battle with Al. And dropping down to P5. He'll probably stay there for the majority of this Grand Prix. Crichton is now run away with pace and is slowly pulling a gap with ACW just behind him. Crichton cannot afford a penalty. That is the one thing he cannot afford here. The grid is so closely bunched together that a penalty could put him probably down into 10th place, which would not be ideal for his championship fight. Al, another guy that cannot get penalties, who we're looking for damage limitation. So top 3 in our standings, currently top 3 in our race as it stands. Sector 3 yellows. What have we got in the background there? I think that was Bags just having a slight moment. Unless it was Verk. No, Verk had a moment. He's into the pits now. He'll probably retire. Unless he's going to go fastest. All out of shape there for Reese is Spicy Salami. As Verk retires from the session. That's in Sector 3 though. That's nothing really to worry about. Look at this gaggle of cars as we head into the S section. Spicy Salami has come through the field and come through with aggression. He has got something well and truly to say tonight. He's making a statement. He's making a very clear statement that he wants to win this Grand Prix and he's getting on with it. He didn't have the pit stops he would have liked, as Blicky and Grid Jokes is just dropping positions really, really quickly here. That medium to hard strategy just doesn't seem like it was the play at all, as we arrive 9 laps left of this Grand Prix. Honestly, this has not been a bad one at all. It's actually been pretty interesting, pretty good to watch as Reese moves down even further on the grid, dropping positions like a fly at the moment for Reese. Someone who was in contention for the win about 5 minutes ago is now down in 8th place. Definitely not something you would expect to see, but something that can definitely happen. T-Mac, another 3-second time penalty. That should put him up to 6 seconds of penalties. And it does so, so he'll be relegated down a significant amount. Sector 1 yellow flags. I think that was eye contrast around. And a bit of a race to forget again for eye contrast. He was up into the points at some point there, but unfortunately dropping down to 15th. He won't be seeing points as of yet, and as it currently stands. Spicy Salami isn't really having the pace I think he would have expected on those medium tyres. And whilst not ideal, there's still a little bit of fight left in him. You can just see it slowly clawing up. The DRS slipstream train, the usual around here in Mexico. With DRS open for this fourth corner. Honestly, it's anyone's race at this point. Crichton could win it, Al could win it, ACW could win it, T-Mac won't certainly... Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not winning it with the amount of penalties he has. Spicy Salami, if there's a safety car, could definitely win it as well. Many drivers here in contention for the win, but as it currently stands, we're looking at the championship standings. Crichton in first place, second for Al, and third for ACW. That's exactly how the championship stands at the moment. This will be maximum points for Crichton if he can win this Grand Prix. So with DRS down this front straight, it's another opportunity for ACW here to just slowly edge closer and closer to his rivals. And again, nothing happening as of yet. Ferrari Pro and Spicy Salami went side by side, and Ferrari Pro has overtaken for the lead of this Grand Prix. Sorry, apologies, not their lead, the 5th place of this Grand Prix. So Al is actually a lot closer to Crichton than he was last time, and ACW is a lot closer as well. So I believe Crichton may have made a small mistake here, and that's brought these three into contention very quickly. They have mainly dropped away from that main pack, that big DRS train. Benjamin Camp, another penalty. Let's see how many that is. That is at least 12 seconds. It is exactly 12 seconds of penalties. That is an insane amount of penalties, and he'll be nearing disqualification if he continues the way he's going. Again, a bit of a race to forget for McLaren. Al with a good opportunity here. Down the front straight. Towards turn 1 with DRS. Wide open now. This all seems to be happening in the background here as Spicy Salami overtakes Ferrari Pro well and truly here. For 5th place in this Grand Prix. Al hasn't really been able to respond to the push from Crichton here, which has resulted in yet another DRS train. However, Al could be saving that ERS all the way for the final lap of the Grand Prix. You never know. You definitely never know. Let's jump on board. Yeah, so 100% battery usage still remaining with 78% for Crichton and 80% for ACW, as we have a spinner in the background. I believe that's SDE Blicky just around in the S's section. It's pretty common around here. You lose that rear end, you go around, there is no saving it. Absolutely no saving it around here. It's a brutal circuit. As we continue lap 31 and 36. 5 laps to go of this Mexican Grand Prix, and nothing has really changed here at the front. They're all pretty much as they were as Blicky retires from the session. I think that is in the pits. Got a little bit excited. I was kind of expecting a late safety car here, but I don't think we'll get one tonight, unless a driver has a big old moment and a snap into the S's, but this is tier 1. We're not really expecting that to happen. So the closing stages of this Grand Prix now, and we're getting ever closer to figuring out who will be the winner of this one. Al, like I said, he's in serious contention, but he has to make a move either on the last lap or on the second last lap and well and truly bolt away as quick as he can from Crichton, which I don't think Crichton will let him do. Al is still, I mean, he's 4/10. He's still well and truly in that gap and with an opportunity here, but again, it's just so difficult to make out who's going to win this Grand Prix. I mean, the DRS is so damn powerful, as well as the slipstream, and I think Big Al might be thinking about a big move here, potentially. You can just see him backing off ever so slightly as Al has a moment. That's a big moment as well. That's not going to be helpful to his championship contention. ACW will now have an opportunity and a sniff of that rear end. But T-Mac, even with the penalties, looking extremely racing tonight. Love seeing that. Double apex right-hander and nothing coming of it. Bit of a snap of oversteer, a massive snap of oversteer, in fact, on that Alpine. Maybe the medium tyres are a bit hot as we head through the S's for the 32nd time of 36. 4 laps. 4 laps left to go, and the championship is well and truly in contention and with a serious fight. We have not got a one-and-done winner at the moment. It's looking like Crichton will take the lead of this Grand Prix and the winner of this Grand Prix. The lead of the championship will also remain to him, but you never know. We could have late drama here in the Mexican Grand Prix. As ACW, yet again, just hanging on to the back of that Williams. And the Williams creeping, edging ever so closer to Crichton. Four-tenths the gap, and that's got to be a lot lower than that if Al wants to make a strike here. We're getting the end here, like 3 laps left of this Grand Prix, so not long to go here till we figure out who wins this one. And at this point, it's anybody in that top 5 that could win this. That double slipstream is so powerful along with DRS. Eye contrast, a race to forget for him. Another penalty, and I think he might retire. Al, 4/10, now 5 as we head through the stadium section. So much opportunity here for these 3 drivers of the top of the standings. Eye contrast will come out of the pits pretty much right in front of this battling pack. That's not going to be ideal at all for these guys. He'll probably just stay there and wait. I think he's done exactly that. We'll have a look. Yeah, he's just stayed there and waited his turn. He's just going to back off ever so slightly. Al thought about it. He got ever closer, but hasn't been able to make a move as of yet. We have 2 new followers. Thank you, Gianluca, for the follow, and thank you, Stephen, for the follow. Much appreciated. Tonight, welcome to Race Spec. This is Tier 1, of course. Apologies for my raspy voice. I was at MotoGP, so I have pretty much no voice left. But I've done the best I can tonight. That's the main thing. I've tried to provide you guys with the best action and commentating I can, and hopefully it's been satisfactory as we head through the S section of Sector 2. Lap 34 of 36, 2 laps remaining, and time is running out for Al. ACW thought about a move there. I gotta say, T-Mac has been a massive nuisance to this top 3, even with the penalties he has. And Spicy Salami has all of a sudden come on board with this battle. He's caught up right at the end here in Ferrari Pro as well. They're going to go side by side as we head down the front straight. 2 more laps to go. Ferrari Pro, Spicy Salami battling it down towards turn 1. Who's going to come out on top of this one? This is critical. I think Al might have an opportunity here as well. He's going to back out of that. Look out in the background, Spicy Salami goes for a massive old dive bomb on T-Mac and tries to get him out of the way. Spicy Salami with a late move, and it's worked out for him absolutely beautifully, or has it? Spicy Salami still contesting for that 4th place with here at T-Mac. The corner turns into the inside, and I think that'll be one and done for Spicy Salami unless T-Mac has something to say about it, and I don't think he does. The double apex right-hander at Spicy Salami is here with a late resurgence. 2 laps to go. Is it going to be enough here for Spicy Salami to win this Grand Prix? He's got a ton more tyre compared to these guys. He boxed later. He's waited for his opportunity, and he's saved all his ERS. And now it's going to come down to these final few laps here, these final couple of laps. This is where it's all going to come down to, and where it's all going to matter. I'm losing my voice. I gotta make sure not to do that. It's Spicy goes up the inside. I can't believe I'm saying it. Takes the lead of this Grand Prix. What has happened in the background? I can't believe it. Crichton has lost the lead of this Grand Prix. Spicy Salami has taken it out of nowhere. He's got the upper inside of all of the drivers into that stadium section. I have a feeling that Crichton's gonna have something to say about it though as we head down for the final time into lap 1. Into turn 1. I'm losing my voice here. This is not good. Spicy Salami goes from 1st to 4th. It's chaos here at the Mexican Grand Prix. They're fighting all the way off the track here for these two, Al and ACW. Fighting for places, fighting for position, and Crichton has pulled the 2nd gap already. This has worked out beautifully. They're fighting way too hard, and they're losing positions left, right, and centre. These 2 Ferraris have gone side by side this entire 1st and 2nd sector, and now they line up one by one. Oh my goodness, my voice is going away, and I apologize for this. Spicy Salami, yet again, he'll be looking for that 2nd position. That was a dive bomb and a half from Al, and he's made it work, as well as Crichton. Sector 2 yellow flags, I believe that's bags in the wall. My goodness. Late drama at the end of this Grand Prix. Late chaos at the end of this Grand Prix. The Mexican Grand Prix never disappoints. Al's going to be looking for a move all the way to defend here from Spicy Salami. Spicy Salami's going to be looking to go up the inside if he can do it, but he can't. As GeForce Crichton comes across the line to finish 1st. Al in 2nd. Spicy Salami in 3rd. ACW followed by Ferrari Pro. Ferrari were very happy with that finish at the end of this Grand Prix. Seb will come out in 6th. What a phenomenal drive from last to 6th place. Reese, Gridrokes, T-Mac, Apollo Pepsi, and the rest of the field. My goodness, what a Grand Prix. What a final few laps we had here. My voice is well and truly gone. Late drama, late overtakes, dive bombs aplenty. Hard but fair racing. I'm sure there'll be many, many, many stewards' visits tonight. What a Grand Prix. Crichton has somehow come out on the top of that one. I think Spicy Salami just attacked a lap too early. But my goodness, did he make it absolutely phenomenal. Seb with a very, very valid driver of the day. And what a Grand Prix we've had. That was something else. That was genuinely something else. As the drivers go to the top of the podium, my goodness, what a Grand Prix. You cannot fault these drivers. It's been phenomenal. Goodness gracious. I have no voice. I have absolutely no voice, which means I think we might have to avoid interviews tonight. So with that being done, that is going to put us at the end of this Grand Prix. And oh my goodness, what an end we had. We'll have the exact same thing. We'll do it all again at 7 p.m. next week, Tuesday. See you then.